Okay, welcome back everyone, welcome. So in this video we're going to have a look, or we're going to continue to have a look at the new Persian Empire, which is Iran, if you change the government to fascist. And in the last stream, what I did was we took over Iraq and we incorporated it into the new Persian Empire. So now we have a nice bigger empire. And once we've done that, really, we have a few options. We can do things like we could take on Afghanistan or Saudi Arabia, which would be extremely easy because they're quite small. Or we can try and take on Turkey. And Turkey is, well, it's a bigger country than Iran, not in terms of size or landmass, but in terms of industry, in terms of army. It starts with more factories, it starts with a larger army, it starts with better production, everything like that. So all in all, it has a large advantage over Iran. And so like taking a standard approach to taking over Turkey is not really possible. So we have to think a little bit differently in how we could win a war against Turkey. And so what we do is we first have a look at the border here, and we have a look what we can see. And something we always have to bear in mind is that the AI likes to play a certain way. And that certain way is it likes to take whichever kind of one of your provinces is bordered by two or three of its own provinces, then that's where it likes to attack. So for example, this province here is bordered by two. This one here is bordered by 1, 2, and 3. So this one is likely to be attacked. Whereas Mahabad here is only bordered by one province, not likely to be attacked. Same here. This one, being a plains province and bordered by 3, is also very likely to be attacked. Now, if the AI attacks into or if anyone, not just the AI, but if they attack into a mountain, and we have a look at the effects, that will reduce their attack down to only 40% of what it would normally be, but they will also take 40% attrition while they do so, and that's huge, 40% attrition. So regardless of whether or what they win or lose in the actual battle, they'll take 40% attrition to their equipment, to their manpower, every time they try to attack into a mountain. So what I realize that you can do here actually is that although the AI might attack into a plains province, we can actually kind of make them not do that. And we can make them not do that by making it look like it's too difficult a target. So if we build a lot of forts in this plains province here, and not many in these surrounding mountain provinces, then the AI looks at this plains province here as being too difficult to attack, and it doesn't want to do that. And to be honest, attacking into the plains province, I don't want the AI to do that either, because what can work here is that by allowing the AI to attack into mountains endlessly because it thinks it can win. I mean, it's a bigger country. They've got better production, a bigger army. It thinks it can win. And so by allowing it to constantly attack into a mountain, what we can do is we can just let it waste all of its manpower, all of its equipment, all of its resources in doing so. And then when it runs out, we can counterattack. And when we counterattack, when the AI has no more equipment left, all of its divisions that it will have been using to attack these provinces will be at very, very low strength and will be a total pushover. Easy to push around, easy to break through, and that's when we can counterattack. That's when we can bully the enemy army because half of it effectively won't really exist anymore. So let's begin by first justifying the war goal on Turkey, right? We only need to justify on one province. Let's do this one. We got 210 days to prepare. That should be enough. So this one will be finished. Some extra organization for the infantry. That's nice. Can we take this one yet? Not yet. Can we upgrade the artillery? Yes, good. And because of the last war already, we have 42 army experience, right? So if we go to our infantry here, we can actually edit these. Let's make them a bit stronger. Let's put some artillery support. Now, if we want to know if we can actually kind of do this or not, we have a look over here. It says when we mouse over support artillery, we get a little tab here, a little line that says Artillery 12, okay? And if we click on the Army tab, we've got 16 infantry divisions. So that's going to cost us 16 times 12, right? Which is going to be about 180, something like that. So we know we need 180 artillery to make that change. We have 428. Okay, no big deal, no problem. That can be done. So let's edit all of these infantry. And by editing it here, it's going to change all of the infantry that already exist. So let's put more infantry and the support artillery. It's going to cost 20, that's fine. We have 42 and save. Now all of these are going to lose some of their fighting strength, see down to 72%, and then as their equipment comes in, it's going to fix again, right? So let's let them do that. 2 divisions I think is fine for now. I don't want to waste too much equipment on training new divisions. Stockpiling some before a war is going to be pretty useful. So let's take the army, let's put a front line here and an offensive line here. We have some political PowerPoints. We already have infantry, division, attack, and defense. Okay, that's going to be important because we want as many advantages as possible, right? So I wonder if we can also take something in the chief of army. Okay, we can also increase all divisions attack by 10%. Okay, that's going to be pretty useful as well. So let's take that. That's going to be finished soon, 3 days. That's going just fine. Let's have a look. Is there anything over here? Okay, taking advanced machine tools would also be a strong choice. Next. Nothing there. Have to wait for land doctrine to finish. That's going to be useful because we are using artillery now. Don't need any support equipment. This is too far ahead. But taking these 2 would also be helpful for the war. So with that being done, let's see. Let's just make sure as well that when we let these units move up to the front line, that they use the strategic redeployment rather than the... Yeah, okay, they are using it. Rather than the normal move. If they use the normal move, moving through all these mountains and desert is going to cost manpower and equipment, and we don't really want to waste any. Especially not with a war coming. So the army effort is done. Let's take some more infantry equipment bonus. So this will give a research bonus for the infantry equipment, and that will allow us to take, for example, support weapons 3 for the extra infantry defense. Once it finishes, we'll make it go 100% faster. Okay, so now looking here, we want to build fortresses here, right? So let's go to construction. Let's put land forts. Let's put 7 forts here. 7 is a lot, but at the end of the day, the whole point is that the AI looks at this province and says, nah, it's too strong. Let's attack the other ones instead. And then everything will go perfectly according to plan. Maybe we can just build 1 extra fortress in these provinces just as something extra anyway. Let's take this down so that it focuses on the fort building and not the infrastructure. I think we can press play now. So now with the justifying, Turkey will move their forces down. Actually, I should get these guys to do some exercising. I can take this guy out into a separate group to exercise as well, because we don't want them to be trained. We want them to be... Actually, we can just delete this for now so they don't move around too much. We want them to be trained rather than... sorry, not trained. Regular. Plus 25% in combat. This one is 0% in combat. That 25% is pretty big. So once they all get back up to regular, we can cancel the training. These guys, let's see, have little experience, so we'll put them here. Now the problem with the exercising is that it also costs manpower and equipment. And before a war, you ideally want to stockpile as much equipment as you can. So having, you know, all of your army exercising the whole time is probably going to cost too much equipment, or more than I would like. You know, having more available in reserve is better than less. And the only other benefit of having your whole army exercising is that you're going to get more army experience from it, which I don't really need. So let's see. Okay, that's fine. Have 30 days for this. Decisions available, not interesting, don't need any of those. Although there is this recreate the Persian Empire, which is pretty interesting. And to get this one, we have to control all the Iranian states already, all Iraqi states already, Afghan, okay, that's easy, Turkish, on it right now. All the French states in Syria, which is here, which is possible to do. All the Italian states in North Africa. So that's these ones here. And all the British states in Egypt, so that's here, and the Middle East, so that's here as well. Okay. Okay. So it is possible to do, you just have to take all of this part of Africa and the Middle East and the specific parts the UK owns here, along with Afghanistan and Turkey. The biggest hurdle here, I would say at the start, is probably Turkey. Afghanistan would be a pushover. Once you have Turkey, you would also boost your industry that way as well. That will allow you to, produce more troops. And being so far away from the main war, a lot of the time the other major powers, they don't send so many troops down this way. So it can be fairly easy to kind of take all of this. The main caveat, I would say, is the British Raj on the right side here. But this is all being mountains again, and a desert. With some forts and a few troops, it's very, very hard to push through here. And the AI usually can't spare that many divisions to send to this part of India anyway. So as long as you just hold the line here, it's kind of irrelevant whether you're at war, with the Allies and as such the British Raj as well anyway. Okay, there's construction finished. Let's take the advanced machine tools. Bye-bye Czechoslovakia, unassigned divisions. Okay, goodbye Albania. Okay, so these guys, they are new. They can start training. These guys are training too. These guys are all trained, so we stop. Don't want to waste the equipment there. Let's check the production. Okay, and so I would like to swap actually to a little bit of artillery production, because the stockpile isn't great exactly, and even now the balance is only it's minus 0.3 isn't terrible, and it's going to go up as the efficiency increases, but it's still like a better stockpile than that before a war. So if I get another military factory, I might just add it on there. I do have plenty of infantry equipment anyway. 5,000 is certainly enough. There's the national focus. Let's take the doctrine. Okay. Okay, so now I have a choice. I could continue to improve worker conditions, because when you engage in a offensive war, your stability drops by about 30%, and so going down to 40% is not going to be great. But if I can increase it to, say, 80%, then it would still be above 50%, which isn't so bad. You don't get any negatives then, I think, so I might go for that one. But let's see, is there anything else? I could take the extra division recovery rate, which is not a huge difference, but it is a difference. But I think the stability is probably more important at the moment. Okay, so how's this construction going? Okay, so there's 4 fortresses done, 3 more to go, and then the extra 1 line down here. Now all I need, I think, is around 3 or 4 infantry divisions on either tile here. And I don't think they're going to attack these ones. Like I said, the AI tends to follow a specific strategy of 2 or 3 not divisions, 2 or 3 tiles to 1. So it's unlikely that any of these tiles here would be attacked, but these two absolutely. This one with 7 forts on it is also unlikely. Let me check my occupied territories. Okay. So when you take over a another country or you occupy territory, you also have to deal with this occupied territories and kind of resistance. And if your default garrison troop is not cavalry, then I recommend switching it to cavalry. Actually, we can change it here, right? Yes, everything to cavalry, because they actually get a bonus to suppression. Okay, so this is fine. As long as it's not too high, it's not above really 25%, there isn't really an issue. You don't need to change anything, and so this is okay. The problem is if we have all of the garrison troops as the full infantry squad here, that means they're also going to take up all of this equipment and the artillery equipment too. Don't really want that. So changing it to a smaller cavalry brigade with no artillery means I get all the artillery back, and it doesn't need to be spent on those garrison troops because they don't need it. You don't need artillery to put down the civilians, right? Okay, there's that one. Okay, I have the research bonus now, so I can take this one in 113 days. That should be finished before the war begins. Let's see. Yes, just in time, in fact. Just in time. Perfect. So these guys, yep. These 4 have finished training. Move them back into here. 4 and 4, that's fine. 4 here, yes, that's fine. Let's take the cavalry unit. Let's keep him in reserve over here. Actually, this seems fine. 4, 4, 4, 2, 2. I still want to keep at least some infantry on here because I think the AI also takes into account, how many units you have here. It tries to calculate how strong the province is. And Turkey does have 1 unit of tanks even, but I don't think it's really going to make a difference. Let's see. Okay, this one's going to be done. And we have the bonus for the next one. Let's just wait for this to finish. Front line. Yeah, I'm going to do the front line a little bit closer. They only need about 30 days to... let's see, how long... Okay. They only need about 30 days or something to build up that planning bonus. So it's not super necessary now, but you know what I can do? I'm going to make individual front lines so that they don't move about. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, yep. The problem I find sometimes is if you make one big front line, the units can try to spread out in what they think is a good way to spread out when it's not really what you want them to do. But if you give an individual front line to each kind of tile here, they'll just stay put. And then they get that nice planning bonus. Okay. Let's check the construction. Almost done there. That's nice. Okay. There we go. Now we've got the 100% bonus. It'll take 162 days, but that's still gonna come into effect mid-war with Turkey, so it's definitely worth taking even now. How many days do we have left for this justification? We have 80 days. Okay. So about 80 days after the war starts, they will all get that nice 10% bonus. The future belongs to the new Persian Empire. Why do you have a cavalry division? Because they are faster than infantry divisions, and once you punch a line or punch a hole in the line here, you can use them to quickly jump through and capture towns, capture strategic locations, capture all the places where you get the victory points, because the enemy AI's infantry divisions can't keep up. Okay, these guys are almost done. what is your division template? Here, you can have a see. This is the one for the infantry, just pure infantry up to 20 width, and then the support artillery. Okay, good, good. Move here. And the doctrine is... yeah, superior firepower. Nice bonuses, soft attack, extra organization, extra defense, and then take the integrated support again for the extra attack and organization for the artillery. This needs doing, so let's take infantry equipment again. Okay, that's fine. There's that extra military factory. So let's take some more artillery so we don't run out. So you're not building any tanks or motorized mechanized? No, because starting as Iran, you don't have the industry to do that. Have a look. We have 5 military factories. And so if we want to have enough infantry equipment and enough artillery, then we need to put all of our kind of factories doing that and not anything else. When you play the bigger nations and you have a huge industry, of course you can pretty much build whatever you want, right? But this is the challenge of playing a smaller nation. You have to work with much less, or you have to do much more with much less. So we have plenty of manpower, so we can have lots and lots of infantry. That's no problem. And now that we have the extra industry, we can also get some artillery, and that's a nice little extra thing we can throw on top. Okay, that one's just one more for that, and then we'll get these on here. How much longer? 30 days. Let's swap. We've already got 6 there. Let's see if we can get 2 more in here. How long does it take? 28th of July. Oh, it only takes 7 days. Okay, that's fine. Just a week to finish the fort. How many hours do I have on the game? Let me check. Let's see. Where's my Steam? 462. Okay, these guys are trained, so we add to here. Yes, that's fine. Let's unassign. When you put them into an army here, they generally get assigned to some kind of front line, and then they will just move to it. And I don't really want them to do that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to cycle the units. So these guys are going to get attacked quite heavily, probably these guys too. And when some guys need to fall back to recover their organization, we already have some units here prepared, and we can send them in, and we can just cycle like that. Some come out, some come in. Okay, we've got some more as well. Now I'm not going to get these guys training because I don't think there's enough time. Let's check the time. How many days? Nope, 30 days. That's not enough time for these guys to train in any significant capacity. Make sure we unassign them. Make sure we move them over here. Okay, that should be fine. Check the construction. This one's almost finished. Good. I mean, the bonus from the mountains is already huge. But having an extra fort on top is just like the icing on the cake, right? But I don't want to build too many forts here. I don't want the AI to look at these provinces and think, no, that's too strong. I don't want to attack that. It has to be at least, you know, a little bit inviting, or at least more inviting than the other divisions, than the other areas. Actually, you know what? Let's send this guy down here, just in case, so that the AI really, really doesn't like this area. Yep, come. Good. And if we just hold Control and left click, we can assign any unit we have selected to any of these front lines. Okay, those guys, fine, they are ready. Let's see, how many days left? Okay, just 10 days. Check the construction. Yeah, this one's going to be finished in time. Okay, I don't really care about these ones. That's just in case. Don't think they're going to get attacked, so no big deal. Okay, bye-bye Poland. There we go. Okay, 150 points now left just before the war begins. So probably the best use here is this extra recovery rate. Don't have any paratroopers, certainly don't have any submarines. Some faster recovery for the organization would be just fine. Okay, expected 6 days and counting. Got to that nice 80% stability, so we can effectively counter that 30% drop from an offensive war. Let's see what's on the research list next. So we got that one good. If I take this one now, I wonder if I'll have time to get that one after with the bonus from this. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Is there anything else? Don't want to research new artillery, not going to get any use out of that. Yeah, okay. So if I take this one now, then I don't need to waste my research bonus on this infantry equipment. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's have a look at production. Okay, 7,000 in reserve. 200 artillery in reserve, that's fine. With more, you know, the efficiency is going to go up anyway, that's fine. There we go. So justification is done. Now is the moment of truth. We declare war, and we let Turkey kind of kill itself with this is what we call a pro-gamer move. Let's just reduce the time and let's see what Turkey does. Okay, good. They are attacking the mountains here. Now, just because it's red now doesn't mean it's going to be a lost battle, right? So let's have a look. My divisions have 426 strength each, and the attacking divisions have like 20, 18 attack, okay? Not exactly great. And now it changes to green. And even if this is going to be bad, it doesn't really matter because we have stuff in reserve, right? Even over here with the six forts here, they still decide that they want to attack, and all of their divisions have absolutely awful stats because of those 6 forts, right? So they can't win here, no way. And I don't know why they're attacking here, but they are, that's fine. They are still suffering some attrition because it is extremely hot, so it's still working in my favor. It's not going to be extremely hot for the whole time, but they are still suffering some attrition from this, and I am winning all the defensive battles here. Now the extra tech now kicks in for that 5% extra bonus. Now the 420 goes up to 444, even higher defense. So this is a successful defense so far. Let's see. So we can put in another doctrine, I guess. Let's see. Don't want to take that one. Let's just pause while we have a look at the research. So don't want armor. Don't want to waste my research on more artillery. That's key, but it's already being researched. How about this one? Okay, yeah, that's fine. We can take this for now. Okay, so that's that one. That's that one. Let's have a look at how this battle goes. So we watch their organization, right? And when they start to drop a bit, then we're going to cycle some out. We're going to bring the reserves in. Don't think I'm going to need it over here. And let's see. We can click on this button here to check the difference. Okay, so here's a really good example. In this first defense of Tabriz, I lost 320 men and Turkey lost 5,300 men. In the defense of Mosul, I lost 319 men, and Turkey lost 7,230 men. So, if Turkey keeps this up, they are not going to have any men left. And that's the strategy. Now we kind of have to sit here for a while and defend, let Turkey essentially defeat itself. But Turkey will do that. The only reason that I can't put the speed up even higher than the 3 speed is that I do still need to watch, so that when the time comes to cycle, I can cycle. Cycle these infantry out. Okay, they're getting a little bit low, but it's not such a huge deal. When they get a little bit lower, maybe I'll send 2 out and 2 in, something like that. So far, it's 701 men lost to 29,000 lost. So that's still more than 30 to 1 in terms of manpower efficiency. And Turkey, I think, does not have 30 to 1 more manpower than I do. Yep, that would be an aggressive strike. Okay. They are still attacking down here, but no big deal. This is still a mountain. This has 6 fortresses on it. Nope, now has 7 fortresses on it. No way are they going to be able to achieve anything there. But most of the time they just attack sporadically here, but they will constantly attack into these 2 mountain provinces here, and that's where they're going to lose a whole bunch of men. So let's even take 3 divisions. No, 2. 3 is too much. Let's just assign them to this front line. Let's take 2 of these guys and let's say retreat to here. Poland did not stand a chance, right? It didn't, did it? Okay, you guys retreat here when you get the opportunity, and you are going to be replaced. Okay, so out they go. And once they're out, I forgot to unassign them. There we go. If we keep them assigned to this front line. Oops, no. We want you 4 assigned to this one. If we keep these guys assigned to this front line, then they're not going to stay here and regain their organization. They're just going to move straight back, and I don't want that. Just want to keep a bunch of units here in reserve. When they get worn down, out they go. In come the fresh ones, and we can do that forever. Okay, in this case we can speed up a little bit. That was fast. Bye-bye, Poland. So let's check. Now it's 3,000 men lost to 63,000 on the Turkish side. And really, the combat log here tells you everything you need to know. Okay, yeah. 400 men lost in this battle, 8,300 men lost for Turkey. I lost 39 infantry equipment, and Turkey lost over 8,000 equipment, including artillery and over 1,000 infantry equipment. And this is a battle of attrition. This is a logistical war in some ways. I know that if Turkey continues attacking into the mountains like this, continues suffering this kind of attrition, there's no way that industry can match that kind of loss. Okay, so this low number here tells me that probably some of these guys are a little bit low on organization. So we'll assign 2 more guys. We'll tell these 2 guys, no, oops, not these ones, these 2 guys to retreat when they have the chance, and we're going to unassign them from the line, like that. These 2 come in, those 2 go out, lovely jubbly. And in this way, there's no way for Turkey to break through the front line here. Now, how will I know when Turkey is ready for the taking? Is once the orange bar here, this is the strength bar. Once the strength bar starts getting low, down to around 50 or 60%, and it doesn't start going back up for a lot of the divisions, that's when you know that the equipment has been depleted and the industry that Turkey has cannot keep up with the requirements that their troops need. And once that's done, you know, the strength rating of a division really affects how well that division can perform in battle. So if half of their army is stuck down at 50% strength, they can't really perform in battle at all, and so they're just going to make a total pushover, and so we'll be able to punch through, and it should be fairly easy as well to get some encirclements on those then weakened divisions. And once you encircle a bunch and wipe those divisions out, the balance of strength between Iran and Turkey will be more even, because Turkey starts with a whole bunch more divisions and army and industry than we do. And so we have to find a way to even that out. Okay, these guys are getting ready to cycle in again soon. Let them get down a little bit more before they go out. Okay, let's assign you, and you two are going to go out. And I forgot to unassign them. Unassign, stay here. Regain your organization. Okay, that one's done. That was done. 2 years ahead of time. Penalty, okay. Let's see now. We're up to 6,000 losses for the new Persian Empire and 120,000 losses for Turkey. And the reason that I only keep 4 divisions here as well is that this also affects whether the AI thinks they can attack and win or not. So if I put 7 divisions here, then the AI is less likely to attack, and I want them to attack. I want Turkey to attack into these mountains. I want them to suffer that attrition, right? So in you go, boys. 2 tired boys are coming out. Out you come. The research finished. That was the extra 10% defense now. Let's have a look at the defense here. 550, 549 defense. Unbeatable. Or at least unbeatable by Turkey, at least. So let's take this nice 100% bonus integrated support. And that's going to make our support artillery divisions stronger. Out go the weak boys. In come the strong boys. Oops, and I forgot to unassign them. Stay there. Yep. Wonderful. And we see now the strength here. The fall of Paris. Bye-bye, France. So the strength of this division here is getting down to 50% on this mountaineer division here, right? The other divisions are also down to 90% strength. And what that tells me is maybe their industry is struggling to keep up with this kind of a beating. I don't think it's quite the time to attack yet. I would like them to throw themselves into the mountains of death a bit more, which I'm sure they will do. Okay, we have 2 more guys here. Let's also bring them up here. In fact, I don't really need these 2 units. Okay, goodbye, France. I don't even need these 2 units yet, so what I might do is I might just put them into a a different division, and we'll put them to exercise. Okay, that's fine. Just 4 units, 616 defense on these squads. Wow. And here we see strength 60%, strength 50 to 53%. This is what I want to see. This is what I want. Just a little bit longer and the counterattack can begin. Okay. So let's see, does the general have any extra skill points? He does. So we can take even this one, the infantry division attack, plus 10%. All of my divisions are infantry divisions, so this is going to be very, very useful. Let's check the field marshal as well. My defense is already impeccable, so I don't think I need any more of that, but some extra attack would be good, because infantry are not very good at attacking. So increasing that in any way possible is going to help for the counterattack. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. So now what I'm going to look for is, this is a hills province, right? This one is also hills. This one is mountain, this one is mountain. Which of these looks weaker? This one has 7 divisions on it, this one has 5. So what I might do for the counterattack is move my extra reserve units into this province. Because once the AI is worn down so much that their units are depleted, then they don't really attack anymore. And so having the units in reserve isn't really necessary anymore. So if I move these reserve units into this province here, and then bang a hole through the line here, then we can start trying to do some encirclements. And once that happens, the AI will be pretty toast, and Turkey will be ours. So let's see how these guys doing. They're gonna stop that exercising now. They're gonna join this, yep. And don't want you assigned to anything. Just wait here. Gain your organization. Okay, we can see that these divisions now are quite low. Click on this. Yeah. So they're down to even 30% strength. Very, very easy to push around. Now, the reason I don't want to attack into this province here is because these divisions here are full strength. And so they are going to be at least a little bit of a problem. So if I attack in the northern side here instead, and I force these divisions to come to me, they're going to have to go through the mountains. And when they go through the mountains, they're going to take attrition, and they're going to lose equipment. And they're going to lose equipment that they can't replace because they've already lost all their equipment trying to push through these mountains. So next time this division attacks here, I think I will go for the push through, the breakthrough. The time is now, pretty much, I think. Let's see. Yeah, now that they are not attacking so much, that's kind of that's the signal. Okay, that one's done. Yep. So I can get this next nice extra attack bonus for my infantry. Only takes 78 days. That's wonderful. Let's take paramilitarism. Okay, have some extra points here. Let's change the... Oh no, I can change to a war economy. Yeah, that'd be nice. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. And now I don't even need to cycle these units out because every time Turkey attacks, they just go so badly for them that my divisions don't really suffer any hardships in doing so. Actually, I did say I was going to attack here, right? But so far, they have just sat there and regained their entrenchment bonus, whereas these guys have been attacking, have lost organization, are low on strength as well, and they don't have the entrenchment bonus. So maybe I'll just go for the big bang push through here, because I can attack with both provinces. So let's send 2 extra divisions to here. Let's send 3 divisions to here. And let's also send the cavalry to this one as well. Let's reduce the speed to 3. Let's watch them do that. What I can also do is I can use the 2 4 divisions here that have been on the front line, so they have that planning bonus, right? No, they don't, because they've been cycled. They haven't had time, but maybe some of them do. These ones do. They have the attack bonus from the planned preparation, so they're going to be much more effective at attacking. So let's take these 4. And let's take... not these ones. Let's take these 4 and let's attack double-sided into this province. That should probably go very well for me. Okay. And we see that the defending team have very, very low strength. And a lot of them have low organization as well. It's going to be quite difficult for them to fend this attack off. So we can just speed it up. This first attack is always the longest one, and once you punch that hole, it usually goes pretty quickly from there. Come on, faster please. Okay, all my factories are free. Let's build something quickly. Let's do another factory here. Okay, that's fine. And then another one here, maybe a couple of militaries here as well. Okay, that should occupy that time. Okay, now just 5 speed to get the breakthrough. Okay. And they are losing more and more strength and should soon be over. Yep. And now this is the time that I actually lose some men. But 10k to 235,000 is fine, I think. And every time the divisions get pushed out of this province, they have to again go through the mountains, lose equipment again due to that attrition bonus. Should be through pretty soon. They keep reinforcing with more and more men. Okay, almost done. It's like 0% strength on some of these divisions now. There we go. Okay, let's just pause so nothing happens while it's at 5 speed. And let's delete some of these lines so they don't get messy. Messy lines. Okay. Okay, this is fine. And now the AI kind of takes a shit and has to move all of its units because it doesn't want them to be stuck here defending this when there's no need to do that. Let's see. So if we attack actually with these 3 onto this one, that should actually go pretty well for me, I think. Let's try that. Let's see at 2 speed. Yep. Okay. Defending this should be just fine as well. Move the cavalry unit because it's good for speed. Let's have a look at this. This is not going to last long. because they're attacking into a mountain. And there we go. Okay, so let's take the units that have the most... actually, a lot of them have quite low. Let's bring these two guys over. Let's send a couple of low organization dudes. So not you. Not you. Okay. You two, come over here. You can defend this province, that will be just fine. And you two stay here, and you four attack this way. This one poor unit is not going to do very well with 9% strength, 8% strength. Nope. And if we want to stop this unit even from arriving, we could just attack here. And then he won't be able to continue traveling. It doesn't matter whether we win this battle or not. All we're looking to do is take this province to punch that hole. If we punch the hole, if we take this province here, let's put the cavalry in as well. Let's keep you two here, because these guys are not leaving. Okay, and we don't need 4 guys here, so let's just leave 2, and let's send the other 2 here as well. Okay. Once we take this one, we can also cut across to Kerakos. Then we can encircle these 5 divisions, and that's going to take a very large chunk out of Turkey's army. So I think we can, let's see, how long have these guys got left? Ah, they're going to arrive in 9 hours. Okay, no big deal. Once they arrive, I think these guys are still moving, and the defense will begin. Yep, don't need to attack anymore. Okay. And now that I'm on the attack, I don't need to keep large numbers of divisions in defense. Probably just 2 or 3 will be fine. The only reason I'm still attacking here is because it's an easy way just to keep them occupied, stop these divisions from going somewhere else to reinforce, and it's also going to wear down their equipment even more than that. Even more than what it is already. Okay, let's just fix the research and the other things. So I could take one of these actually for only 102 days. Let's take this one, the infantry anti-tank, just for fun. Now I can't take special forces until we get this tree as well, so let's just do that. There we go. So wait for this defense to finish. Maybe we speed up a little bit. And then see if we can take Kerakos. And that would be a nice little encirclement. Okay. Yep, there we go. So, let's leave 2 guys here. We attack straight across. Stop this guy from escaping. We attack with these 2 again. And by being attacked, you know, they're essentially tied up and they can't go anywhere, or they can't finish their movement. The cavalry, because it's faster, will arrive first, and will arrive probably before this infantry division can arrive as well. Just like that. Cavalry arrives first, and then it's easy to defend, at least for a little bit. Now, these 5 divisions are, to put it politely, fucked. So we don't need to attack with them anymore, because they are going to attack us. Every time you encircle the AI, they immediately start attacking. Okay, we took this one here. Let's delete these lines. And let's see what we've got going on here. Should probably put some units on that. Let's see. You and you go over here. This is a mountain. I don't really want to attack here anymore, so you know what I'll do? I'll leave 2 guys here. Sorry, I did split. 2 guys here, and these guys can just Let's see if we can strategically redeploy them in there. See if that works. Unassigned divisions, yeah, you guys also come over here, strategically redeploy them over there to make them go fast. And the research, what are we gonna research? Anything in engineering? Not quite yet. Okay. Let's start the mountain infantry, why not? You guys are not assigned to a division, are you? Okay, well then. I guess one of you can be in here. And one of you will have to be in a new army. For which we need a leader. And we need a new leader. Okay, there we go. So all I'm going to do now is going to wait a little bit. Wait for these guys to finish their futile attack here. Then we counterattack. And they're going to suffer attrition anyway for doing nothing because they've been encircled. Once we wipe that out, that's 5 divisions less that Turkey will have. That'll be a nice little advantage to have. Here's my 7 infantry. Let's just give them a front line so they can get that nice planning bonus. Let's do the same for these guys because they're just going to be sitting still for a little bit at least. Yeah. Let this play out and then we counterattack. And they are toast. Don't think I need 3 guys here, so you know what? You can stay there to defend, and also you can stay there to defend, but you 2 go here as well. Okie dokie, let's see. This is fine. Okay. Let's see, this attack should win, even with 2 guys, because these guys have 27% strength and very, very low organization. Also the low supply. Okay. So those guys are done. So 9 infantry divisions. Why don't one of you stay here and 8 of you attack these poor 2 infantry divisions in the mountain? Also bring the cavalry this way. I do like the cavalry for capturing territory once you punch through. Okay, that's those 5 divisions gone. That's 15,000 to 285,000 for Turkey. Can bring these guys along for the ride, I guess. Yep. And so begins the punching of Turkey. Oops. Forgot to assign him to the line, so he just walked back. That's my mistake. Okay, let's speed this up a bit because it's taking longer than I'd like. And let's take you 2. Also come through here. And let's maybe delete this in advance so it doesn't get messy. Okay, there we go. Captured. Reduce the speed. And after this defense, we can cut down here and encircle this big group. Then that would be just magical. So what we can do here is we take these 4 squads. We say, attack this one, so they're not going to go anywhere. Okay, and we don't want these guys to move either. But we tell these 2 squads to attack here, so that they don't go anywhere either. And these guys, let's see, not you, not you, not you, not you, not you. Yes, that's fine. Please move to this one. And let's see. You 3 attack here. You 2 attack here. So these guys will go away. Okay, just going, yeah. Okay, should get this one. And the horsey too. And nothing here. Let's leave 2 units here, put 3 here. Okay, there's that done. Don't need to win this fight, it's irrelevant. Don't need to win this fight, also irrelevant. That's why we used the horsey. It arrives first. And that means we captured this, and we can defend it. 2 guys here. Okay, and horsey across the water there. And 1 guy can take this territory, why not? You guys no longer need to attack, and neither do you. Doesn't matter. You guys, yes, because the tanks are fast. So let's wait. Send some infantry across as well to support that defense. Okay, can't take that one, doesn't matter. There we go, there's the encirclement. Now if we just take Hikari, they are pretty boned. So stop attacking, stop attacking. There we go. Now, attack again. Okay, there's another nice encirclement. So let's have a look. Now that all of their units are kind of tied up in here, how many is that? 3, 7, 8, 9, 11. 11 divisions tied up in here. 5 already wiped out over here. Now they don't really have much to defend, you know, all of their victory points here, so I could just really use my infantry to land grab at this stage. So, infantry, let the land grabbing begin. 1 of you to here, and you 3. Let's see, how long until he arrives? 1 hour, okay, well, just attack this one then, because he has no organization. Okay, that's fine. Never mind. This one is 1 day and 20 hours, 1 day 17 hours. Okay, we can arrive first. That means we'll get to defend. And we're just about to take this one, Hikari. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's keep at least 1 guy over here. And now these divisions are boned. So you over here as well. 1 division there. And you can move up here. Wonderful. Horsey. Through here. Don't need 3 divisions here, so let's send another one across the river. Okay, that's fine. Jolly good. And once this is wiped out, they are really, really super done. Super done. So they're going to take attrition from being cut off, and that attrition is going to build up. It's only at 3%, but as time goes on, that will increase. Going to keep 2 divisions here on this side next to these tank divisions. And let's see. You 3, I guess, can just attack here, push them out of that one. You come along here. You stay there. That's fine. I don't need 5 divisions here. Probably 1 is enough. So you come down here. You come here. Actually, keep 1 in here. And that's for free. You take DR back here. And you go defend this one. Wonderful. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. When the horsey moves out of this one, there'll be a free territory to take again, like this. Poof. And another one. In fact, send all of them. This unit is going to stay here to defend. Okay. Yes, 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 that's fine. Okay, don't need to attack then, just stay. fact, just go here. Support Horsey. And like this now, this is a huge open area because the AI just doesn't have enough troops left now. Like, it lost 5 divisions here, got 11 divisions tied up in here. There's 16 divisions lost, right? Only has 20-something divisions anyway. So now with most of my army being free and inside the country, once you punch a hole through, the AI keeps trying to spread out, but it can't spread out enough to also stop you from punching through. And so now we have this situation here where I can just start land grabbing. Super nice. Okay, and this guy is not going anywhere. In fact, let's keep one here and send him here to defend. Okay, yep, just like this. Wonderful. And I can even make a pocket over here. But I would need to take cars to stop the supplies. These guys are, we see, losing their organization and supplies from this attrition, which is now built up to 16%. Okay, we can send this guy to take these 2 towns. And one to here, keep one in defense. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and across the river here. Who's gonna arrive first? 2 days and 1 hours. 20 hours. Me. So, let's just fix these things quickly. Military factories. That seems fine. That's actually gone up over the course of the war. This has gone down. Let's start a new line of the new infantry equipment. The reason we do it this way is if we change all of this to the new infantry equipment, it's all going to become low efficiency, right? But if we just start a new line and we let this one build up, we let this one stockpile for a bit, maybe when this is like at 10,000, I'll just switch this one also to the second infantry equipment. But at least this way I can start producing some of the newer version, but I don't lose this 29 or let's say 30 per day equipment, especially in the middle of a war. Even if it is a war that I'm majorly winning. Okay, I still have the research bonus for that. That's nice. Some points to spend. Don't get any benefit out of those. Let's increase the manpower. Okay, let's see. Yep, that's good. That one's good. That's fine. That's very low. Let's see if we can push him out just for fun. Okay, that's fine there. This is almost done. At a bit of a high cost, but fine. Now it's 22,000 to 300,000. And these guys are pretty toast. So, where's he going? How long is he gonna take? Let's take... No, not you. You two, and you. Attack here. You take this one. You take this one. Okay, that's fine. Actually, I don't need you to move from there. Just make him go away. Okay, and once they get a little bit lower, you can attack and easily wipe them out. And then once these extra units here can be brought up, it's really over for Turkey. Hello Bean073, nice to have you here. If you have any questions about Hearts of Iron, feel free to ask. So you come here, and you too, Horsey. Ooh, that's a bad move. Actually, 1 and 1, like this. And then we'll get another little encirclement here. Very nice. Okay, you You take Sivas. You come... You just attack him. Why not? Okay, we can just hold this line here, because they do have some full-strength infantry divisions. No need to fight them, though. Still have free reign through the whole country, pretty much. Okay, there's my horsey. And now we see the power of the cavalry. Take all of this. Go over here. Take this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Do the snake. Snake to the capital, horsey. Do your thing. Okay. Yep. You can also attack there. These guys look pretty run down. Let's do it like this. Those three and these three attack this one. These five attack this one. And we can say bye-bye to those divisions. Okay, this is fine, 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 fine. Yep. There we go. And these guys get tied up. Let's just take this one quickly. They get wiped out. And this is why I like to have at least... Why are you not using front lines? Because they change too quickly, and I like to micro my units specifically. So like if I just use a giant front line, and I activate the plan, right? The AI just moves all the units in the way that it thinks is appropriate. But if we want to do some maneuver warfare, then I don't want the units like moving back to certain provinces or going over there when I don't want them there. So in this kind of warfare, I want to control every single unit, and I want to dictate exactly where it is. And a lot of the time, like I could, for example, I could make front lines here, right? And make them, get that planning bonus for attacking this province, but I don't need it. You see here, this battle has been won very, very easily. So what's the point in spending my time creating the front line here if it's just really going to be using my time for nothing, right? Let's get these guys strategically redeploy over here. These guys cannot go anywhere. You stay here and defend across the river. You guys come in here. These guys are also toast. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, you guys as well. You can strategically redeploy here. And let's actually take one of them up to here. See, like this little pocket here, like they do have some divisions, but I have some divisions too. And it can just sit the way it is. By keeping them occupied here, I don't need to waste equipment and manpower. I ask because I'm not a single player. I play multiplayer most of the time and I can't pause, so yeah, exactly. So this is just like a tutorial for beginners, like showing how we can understand different parts of the game, especially things like terrain, and then how like mountains and the attrition can factor into your production and your logistics, because that's how I've won this war against Turkey as Iran. It's not by having a superior military, because I don't. Turkey starts with a much larger manpower pool, industry, army, everything basically. But the way I've done it is by understanding how the AI attacks, or how the AI wants to attack, and then kind of funneling them into the mountains where they lose all of their equipment through attrition. And if we have a look at the combat log, if we go down here to the beginning, let's see, where is it? Right down here, let's see. These were the first battles, right, where I lost 300 men and Turkey lost 7,000, and I lost 300 and Turkey lost 5,000, and let's see, any other big ones. Here, I lost 1,500, Turkey lost 16,000 men, and also 2,400 equipment. And Turkey's industry can't keep up with losing that much equipment. And so once they don't have any left, then they can't resupply their men, the strength of the division is depleted, and it can't fight effectively, can't defend effectively. And once it can't defend effectively, it doesn't matter if they have more divisions than you or not, because effectively they have less divisions than you. Okay, you guys come here, and you do the horsey thing. Okay, you guys have arrived. 1, 2, 3. Maybe even 1 here. Why not? Okay, yeah. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, a few guys here. In fact, all of you guys just redeploy like this. Military factory, yes. Let's see, what's the research gonna be now? How's this industry? Okay, that sounds fine. Actually, just redeploy here. Bye bye China. Yep. Okay, come over here, come over here. You attack him because he's super low. He's moving now. So that'll be a free province once he moves. How long? 1 day, 2 days. Yep. Okay. Let's do 2 guys to here. 2 guys to here. And that should be fine. You guys, I guess, also come over here. You guys can cross the river, go to that one. Now all I really have to do is just capture the towns and the capitals, maybe even Istanbul as well. Tell Halsey to do that after he takes Ankara. And then once you capture all the victory points, you know, the country will capitulate and you win. Okay. Very nice. Okay, you can go here. You can go, I guess, over here. Or over here. Oops. They got encircled. That's my bad, not paying attention. It's okay, it can be easily fixed. 1 guy here, 1 guy here. Okay, take the port. Take that one because of OCD. You guys, just go and take that. Why not? Let's give them the long order. Okay, take this one. And now it is you that will be encircled, my good friend. Okay, got some unassigned divisions over here, no big deal. Don't really need them. Okay, the factories, Let's just give them something to do while I am busy with this war. Yep. Why not? Okay, fine. Okay, keep going. Okay, Horsey, time to do your job. And the AI is trying to somehow break through here as I start taking over the entire country. And there's a little hole in the line here, but I'm just gonna let him walk through and then trap him. That's fine. Yep. You kind of played yourself there, sir. Once he comes through here, move 1 across and tie him up with the other. How long we got? 19 hours, yep. Okay, ready, and too bad for you. You can go to here. Why not attack there? What's going on here? Okay. Cut that one off. You go here. You go here. And you don't have the organization. You do. Tie him up. Not literally, but figuratively. Okay, Horsey is almost at Istanbul. Probably that would be enough to make them capitulate. 81% now. 27,000 losses against 421 for Turkey. I'd say that's a pretty good ratio. Go on, take Denizli. Yep, that one. Good. You guys going to that one, so you can take this one as well. And you can take that one. And then we should be done, I think. That should be the end of Turkey. And once it's done, I'll take care of all these notifications I'm getting for all the crap that needs to be done. Oh, these guys are also kind of boned now. Ah, there we go. Taking Istanbul did it, and that's why we have cavalry. Because we don't have any motorized, we don't have any mechanized, because we are playing as Iran, and Iran has no factories. All we have is infantry and artillery and willpower. That's all we've got. It was enough. At least against the AI, you see, we can utilize, you know, the way the terrain works, the attrition, the way the AI thinks. And there we go, you know, playing as a much smaller nation than Turkey, we can still beat Turkey. And now that we've beaten Turkey, we get access to their industry, to their factories. We get half of their equipment of whatever they had left, which is not much because most of it got wasted in that mountain fighting. But hey, it's better than nothing. We've got 281 tanks, which is all right. Okay, bye-bye Turkey. Great news. So Turkey, I want to take everything. Hope that's okay. If it's not okay, too bad. There we go. Done. Took everything. And now the new Persian Empire is much bigger. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful country. That's the country you want to see. That's an empire. Almost as big as the German Reich in land size. Definitely not as big as the German Reich in any other way, but you know, this is small victories, right? So this is nice. I love this. I love this country name, New Persian Empire. It has a nice ring to it. So after this, then, if we do want to take the kind of recreate the Persian Empire decision here, and the benefit to taking this decision, if you can do it, is that you gain cause on all the states. And cause, well, this is like a special mechanic in Hearts of Iron, where just controlling the territory like I do now, like in Turkey and Iraq, just controlling the territory doesn't give you like all of the typical benefits that you would get if you had cause on it. So like if you play as Iran, you have cause on Iran, you get all the full benefits from all of your territory. But then if you take over Iraq, you don't have cause on Iraq, so it's not Iranian territory. So you don't get the full manpower benefits, you don't get the full industry benefits because it's not technically yours. The people don't want to cooperate so much with you, yada yada yada, something like that, right? So if we fulfill these requirements of the recreate the Persian Empire, the effects are that all of these territories that we took, we will gain cause on, and that means we get the full benefits, all the industry, all the manpower from that. And you know, considering that you need to have all of what we already have, which is Turkey and Iraq and Iran, we also have to have Afghanistan, we have to have Syria here, which is controlled by Vichy France. We have to have Egypt. We have to have these territories here controlled by the UK, in which case probably we'll take Saudi Arabia as well, because that gives us access to those territories. So then that means you would control all of this, all of Afghanistan, all of the Arabian Peninsula here, all of Egypt, and also the part of North Africa here controlled by Italy. And then you would be able to activate this decision here and gain calls on all of that, and that would give you a huge boost to your industry and manpower, and that would make you actually a really strong country. The caveat, I guess, is that it would take some time to do that. It's already 1940 or late 1940. It's August. And so the other big countries like the Soviet Union, the German Reich, the UK, the USA, they've already been building up their territories, their nation for 4 years, almost 5 years, and so they are already pretty strong from that. However, it would still take some years probably to be able to take all of this territory to reform the Persian Empire. And only once you've done that, then can you really start kind of really building up. Until then, you have to make do with what you've got, which is, as Iran, not much, but certainly now with these extra two countries, it is more. So it's a little bit difficult, and you have to kind of play in a smart way. Not that it's impossible, but I definitely wouldn't play on Iron Man if I wanted to do that. You might need to reload the save occasionally. You might even need to restart the whole campaign, because sometimes it just really doesn't go in your favor. For example, if I want to take Vichy France here, or if I want to take Syria, then I have to declare on Vichy France. Vichy France is part of Axis, but then if I want to take Egypt, then I have to take it from United Kingdom, and United Kingdom is in Allies. So am I going to be at war with the Allies and Axis at the same time? Probably not a great idea, especially if at some point the USSR joins the Allies, and then I would have a really big problem. So kind of balancing the things you are against with the allies that you have is also an important part of doing that. But I did achieve taking over Turkey, which is very nice. Let's just check the occupied territories tab here. This is something we always have to check after we take over another country. And if I just explain what we see here, like when it's in red, it means it's not, the game hasn't finished sending your men and equipment there into the garrison to put it at full strength. This one is full strength, and it says that the resistance strength is predicted to be at 36%. And that's because we're using this policy of civilian oversight. Now, if we want to reduce it, we can choose a different one. We can click on it. We can choose something different. We could choose local police force, secret police, and we see the effects that they will have. This will reduce resistance by whatever it says here. So we're using civilian oversight, which reduces it by 10%, but it also increases the compliance here by the most. If we change to local police force, that decreases how fast compliance increases. And as compliance increases, resistance goes down, so you want compliance in the long run to increase as fast as possible. So most of the time, you want to use civilian oversight if you can. Now, if the resistance is too high, then that's going to cause some problems. That's going to cause damage to your garrisons. It can cause damage to factories in the provinces that have this high resistance. So you do ideally want to manage it and keep it at least below 30%, right? So this is at 36%. But if I change to local police force, that should change it from 36 to 26, which I think should be fine. But what I'll do first is I'll just wait, because it looks like in some cases the civilian oversight actually it's okay. It's not amazing, like here in Van. This is the first province I took, right? So this has already had some time to build up some compliance, which means the resistance has already gone down. Now, if you're taking over huge amounts of land, then this kind of resistance thing can be a real drain on your manpower and resources. So you do have to kind of pay attention to that and try and manage it as best you can. And if we want, we can change it individually for each province, either here, or we can change it for the whole country here, or we can change it for every single country up here. So if I want to change all of Turkey to a different policy rather than civilian oversight, I can click here and change it to any of these. Or if I just want to manage them individually, like this one, 36%. Okay, let's change it to a local police force. Now it drops. That's fine. What about this one, Ankara? Okay, that's quite high. Let's change again to local police force. Okay, now it's down to 40%. That's still not great, but it's okay. I guess if I don't have another terribly taxing war sometime soon, I can manage that. And what we can also do, if we just let the timer go on a bit so that the garrisons arrive with their men and equipment, we'll get a better idea of which provinces actually really need a different policy. So again, red here means not yet arrived. Okay, now it's arrived. We see, for example, in Bursa, this is really high. Resistance 75%. Okay, now it's dropped. Okay, now the game has kind of caught up, and we see actually it's not so bad. It looked really awful immediately when the war finished because the garrisons hadn't arrived, and the game was still kind of loading the equipment there and so on and so forth. But now, going over it, it seems okay, to be honest. You could change some of the higher ones, maybe resistance target 26%. To be honest, if you wait a little bit, compliance will go up and that will reduce it, and it should be fine, to be honest. So actually, I think it's not super necessary to change these. Could change some of them, like this one. Let's change Istanbul to sort of the local police force. Also this one. Yep, we see it drop down, right? This line drops down. And this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, this one as well. Okay, that seems fine. Let's check the military factories. 3 military factories. Wowza. Okay. That's nice. And now, because I control Turkey as well, I do also gain access to their resources. Let's have a look. Where's the resources? Look at all these beautiful resources. The chromium, the steel, and now all of my factories, even though I have 7 of them going at the moment, I still have a surplus of 1 steel thanks to having access to these extra steel because I took over Turkey. This is my steel now. It's not Turkey's steel. So for a country that doesn't start with any steel resources, you know, then if you do need steel if you want to produce things that that require steel. If you want steel, then you have to trade for it, right? But now, controlling Turkey, I don't need to trade for as much. I still have some steel here. And I think we even have a decision here where we can spend 25 political power points, and this will add a production of 23 steel to this province here. And that sounds just magical, to be honest. We could do this one as well, and this would increase 12 steel. Now the caveat here is that if we do this, it says for 90 days, civilian factories use will be 15. It's going to require 15 of my factories for about 3 months. Now to get 23 steel, I would say that's a pretty good trade. But you know, think about it. It's up to you at the end of the day. And this is another nice one, the region-wide industrial integration. Once you get infrastructure to 10 out of 10, then in any province that you do it, so I've done it here in Tehran, and I've done it here in Khuzestan as well. Any province that you get to 10 out of 10 infrastructure will then unlock this decision, and that will give you an extra building slot, which means you can build 1 extra factory in here, which is really nice. And increasing the infrastructure in a province also increases the resources you can extract. So this is now 56 oil here, and at the start of the game it certainly wasn't 56. I can give you an example here. Let's choose. Okay, so we have 25 chromium here, right? If I choose to increase the infrastructure of Izmir, then it will also increase how much chromium we can extract. So we see here, increase by one extra chromium, 2 extra chromium, and so on and so forth. If we increased it from 4 infrastructure up to 10, we would extract an extra 10 chromium. And that also works along with the research that you can get over here, the not evacuation, excavation, resource gain efficiency 10%. So you extract 10% more resources essentially, and there are multiple ones of this excavation. So if you have a lot of resources in your nation, it's definitely worth taking these, because then as you get extra resources, not only you can use them yourself if you want, but if other nations want them, they can trade with you for that resource, and they are going to give you access to an extra civilian factory every time they do that, which increases your own industry and your ability to construct things, right? So now I don't wanna waste my industry just building infrastructure for fun, because I just did that so that it could be building something while I played my little war with Turkey. So let's see what would be a good place to build some more factories. Now I do have a reasonable selection of 20 civilian factories, which is okay. So 4 out of 4 here, 8 out of 8 there, that's fine. Now also having higher infrastructure also means that whatever you build in that province builds faster. So if you do want to build a lot in a province, like there are no good examples here in the territory I own, but let's say hypothetically you had a province with 12 open factory slots, right? It's 0 out of 12. You haven't built any factories there. It would actually be better for you if you built up the infrastructure first and then built the factories second, because you would increase the speed that you build the factories. And then as you take the industrial technology, these industrial let's wait for my mouth to work again. As you take these industry technologies here, we see here that these increase the maximum factories in a state by 20% each. So 20, 20, 20, 20, and each time you take it, you're going to be able to build more factories in those states. And so then building the infrastructure first, and then you're building the factories, and then each time you get that technology, you can build more factories again, but it's going to be at maximum speed that you build it, thanks to the infrastructure that you built first. And again, with the extra resources also comes in handy. So if I want to choose where to build, actually, I think there aren't many territories here that have, a high maximum of factories that could be built. This is a good one. There's 3 here. There's 4 there that I can build. 3, 4. No, only 1 extra there. Okay. So let's set a good example, and let's increase the infrastructure by 5 in here. And then let's build 2 more civilian factories in here. Make sure that's there. And 2 more military factories as well. And now here's the thing. Because I already have 15 and 5, so I have 20 factories. Only 15 can be assigned to building one thing at a time. Now I want to wait until I finish constructing the infrastructure here to start building these factories. But if I have this one in the queue, they're going to start building the factories anyway, right? So why don't I also start increasing the infrastructure in the territory that has the steelworks, which is this one here. So let's go to construction. That's this one here. So let's increase the this one. Let's increase the infrastructure here. Then after we take that decision, then we will already get the extra bonus from having the high infrastructure to the resources. So Izmir, this one, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, good. So we build that one, and we build that one, and then we can start building these factories faster in this one. That's a nice way for it to work. Military factories. I have 3 military factories. Interesting. Okay. I do now have that kind of 10,000 surplus that I said I I wanted for my infantry equipment. Now, the other thing that we can think about here is that I have a lot of manpower, and I have a lot of artillery, or not a lot, but I have enough. What I could do, let's see. Now I could just increase the production of this second infantry equipment here and the one artillery here, and I could then just start increasing the divisions that I'm building. What I would also want to do is once this one finishes, then in kind of preparation for the idea of fighting some of the bigger countries to either take on uh, Syria here or Egypt here, at the end of the day, you are going to have to fight either Axis or allies, preferably not both. And I guess one way to do that is if you just kind of wait to see how this battle plays out here between Axis and allies. If Axis wins and takes Egypt, or at least takes enough of Egypt here, then it's pretty safe for you to declare on Axis and take Syria and take Egypt and take Northern Africa here, and then at least you're only against Axis and the allies are not really on your side, but they're not against you, right? And you only have one major coalition that you're fighting against. You don't want to be against allies and Axis at the same time. So that's something that you could do here, is look for how this battle plays out here in Northern Africa. And in the meantime, maybe just take Saudi Arabia and take Oman and Yemen, maybe Afghanistan if you want. These are all prerequisites anyway for the recreate the Persian Empire decision. So that's one option we have available. So for these military factories at the moment, okay, let's put at least one in here for this extra infantry equipment because that will be useful. Let's put it at the top so it always gets the resources. This is like the priority order. So the ones at the top have higher priority than the ones below it. And so that means, we can see here that 9, 4, and 4, but this one actually requires 6, but it's not getting it. If I put this one at the top, it gets the 6 it wants, but these ones don't. They lose out on 2 steel that they want. So depending on which production line you want to produce faster, you can then, reorder them if you don't have sufficient resources. To be honest, we could probably just trade a factory away for that, but considering we are only 2 steel short at the moment, it wouldn't be worth it. But once I use 2 more military factories on something, that would probably take it up to 6 steel missing, then it would be worth trading a factory to get that extra 8 steel. So let's put this one at the top. Let's keep this one producing for a little bit at least before we switch it over. And let's take another one for the artillery. And kind of want to build some anti-tank guns, to be honest. Some anti-tank guns, some anti-air guns. Those would be some nice support equipment because I definitely don't have the industry to make any tanks. Can't make any planes. Or could, but it would be kind of splitting my industry a bit. In this way, we can give our infantry divisions all the tools. So they can have the anti-tank guns to be able to pierce tanks. They can have the anti-air guns, which will help them to take less damage and suffer less from enemy air power. And just then keeping the whole infantry thing going because we have plenty of manpower, that's for sure. So we can use what we are strong in to our advantage in that way. And it can still work that way, at least against the AI. It can work that way. It still works for you. If you're playing multiplayer, it's a totally different kind of meta altogether, but we're not talking about multiplayer here. This is just looking at the the basic mechanics and how the game works, how we can think about things, and so on and so forth. So let's get an extra artillery for now. Let's trade for some more steel. Who should we trade with? Germany, why not? Okay, that should fix that. The division here, okay, they can start doing their exercises. And we can throw these guys in too. Okay, yeah. Got some nice upgraded troops here from their long fighting in the mountains. And the last one here before we can take the special forces. Focus. And that is all the stuff that I need to deal with. Do need some tungsten, I guess, but it's not a huge issue. Still have plenty of artillery and plenty in the stockpile, and I am producing enough for that. What we can do is we can even add like a couple extra production of infantry divisions, because the increased industry can now handle producing extra divisions. We have plenty of equipment to do that. So that's the research done, but I think I'm gonna stop it there. That's gonna be the second episode of the new Persian Empire taking on Turkey. And we took on Turkey. Turkey is gone. Now the Persian Empire, or the new Persian Empire, is just that much bigger. So that's it for today. I hope this helped you to understand some things about Hearts of Iron, specifically terrain and mountains and attrition, and how the AI tries to calculate where it will attack, how we can tie up other divisions to stop them from moving, and then also the how production works into your war effort, and how you really need that industry to keep your troops supplied. And if you can't keep them supplied, then they're going to be at reduced strength, and then they're going to be a bit of a pushover. We don't really want that. Otherwise, that's going to be it from me for tonight. So from me, that's goodbye, and thanks for watching, and come back next time.